don't think that Judy Austin, you're not going to stand in the witness box to answer some questions. Don't worry. The lawyers, that's Mama Rita Edochie's lawyers and that of Mr. Bassey lawyers, they're going to put you there and they're going to ask you questions. Let's see how you are going to answer the question. Can you sue someone for defamation if what they said about you is true? Let me give you a scenario. A married man secretly marries another woman. Not only that, the new woman start posting pictures and videos online with him. They were dancing, traveling, gallivanting, making mockery of someone, even editing pictures of themselves and putting it in the other family's picture. They are posting romantic videos together for everyone to see. The man's statutory wife sees everything online. One day, a member of the man's family gets angry and makes a post saying this is the woman who secretly married a married man and has been parading herself online with someone else's husband. The post goes viral. The woman becomes furious. She goes to court and says, I have been defamed. The person has damaged my reputation, in her head. Now, here's the question. Can she successfully sue for defamation if what was published about her is true? This is where the law gets interesting. For a defamation claim to succeed, it is not enough to say, what you said about me embarrassed me. The claimant generally has to establish that the words were published, referred to the claimant, were defamatory, were communicated to a third party, and were not substantially true or otherwise legally justified. Defamation generally concerns words that tends to lower a person's reputation in the estimation of right-thinking members of society, expose the person to hatred, contempt, or ridicule, cause people to shun or avoid the person, or injure the person's reputation in their profession or business. And this is where the truth becomes very important. If the person who made the publication can establish that the substance of the allegation is true, the defense of justification may defeat a defamation claim. Exactly what is going to happen now. So if the publication says this woman secretly married a man who was already married and has publicly displayed their relationship online, and the person who published it can prove that those facts are substantially true, the woman may have a serious problem succeeding in defamation. She has already even started it by answering Mrs. Are you Mrs.? It's a question. Are you Mrs.? But, and this is important, truth does not give you a license to publish anything you want about another person. The exact words used matters. The meaning conveyed matters. The circumstances of publication matters. And a person may potentially have other legal complaints or cause of action depending on what was established. So before you rush to court screaming defamation, make sure you understand what actually constitutes defamation and whether the words complained of can legally sustain the claim. Sometimes the problem is not that your reputation was attacked. The problem is that the person you are suing can prove that what they said is true. And believe me, Mama Rita Edochie, everything that she has said is true. Very, very true. I got this very beautiful post from, a lawyer here, NK Law, and she wrote, and I quote, from the evidence available online, these are the alleged facts. Yul and May had a statutory marriage, that is, marriage under the Marriage Act. Suddenly, Yul announced the birth of a child with Judy Austin and later projected her as his second wife. May filed for divorce on ground of adultery, and Yul denied having a second marriage with Judy Austin. He said it was all content and acting. Judy Austin has updated her Facebook name to reflect Yul Edochie, thereby suggesting the existence of a marriage between them. Recently, Judy Austin had sued Rita Edochie for defamation of character and claiming $1 billion as damages, amongst others. Even sued Mr. Bassey, her ex-husband and lover. The court proceeds filed by Judy Austin against, Rita Edochie has her name written as Mrs. Judy Austin Yul Edochie. Now, let's leave social media law aside because it's not recognized law, and I said these issues in line with Nigerian laws. Number one, May and Yul's marriage is governed by the Marriage Act and Matrimonial Cause Act. By virtue of provision of this law, May remain the only recognized legal wife, and that is exactly what Mama Rita Edochie has been saying. Two, since the fact that Queen May had filed for divorce does not end their marriage. The marriage is as valid as a marriage contracted yesterday. Two, since there is a presumption that Yul is the father of Judy Austin's children, the matrimonial cause law allows May to file for divorce on ground of adultery. However, assumptions are not evidence of adultery. May must produce evidence to show that Yul committed adultery. In this instance, the easiest way to prove that are the children from Judy Austin. May can get an order from the court to undergo a DNA. Exactly. The fact that they can dance, hail each other, or call each other husband and wife on social media does not automatically amount to adultery. adultery. In law, to establish adultery, you must prove that sexual intercourse took place. Also, filing for divorce on ground of adultery does not automatically guarantee compensation. If May is able to establish adultery and wants compensation for adultery, she must file for divorce petition within 3 months of her discovering. 3. The lawsuit against Rita Edochie from Judy Austin raised some legal question from the name of the Judy Austin on the process suggests that Judy Austin is married to Yor. As mentioned earlier, Yor cannot take a second wife without dissolving his marriage with May, even if Yor actually had a customary marriage with Judy Austin. The bitter truth is that the marriage between Yor and Judy is invalid, null and void, and not recognized in law. For as long as the court has not dissolved May's marriage, Judy Austin is a side chick in the eyes of the law. Yes, Judy Austin will leave empty-handed and no court will give her, listen to herself. 4th, the fact that Judy Austin is now suing using Yor Edochie as her surname does not translate into marriage. The law allows every adult to assume any name they want. Okay, however, if she assumed the name because she's claiming marriage to Yor Edochie, as you already know, she cannot prove a valid marriage between Yor is still married to Queen May. So she has to bring evidence. So May can even write a petition to the Registry of Marriage and Police against Judy Austin and Yor for having a customary marriage when their statutory marriage is valid. She never say anything. By the provision of the Marriage Act, if found guilty, both Judy and Yor can go 5 years in imprisonment. So that is why I'm always laughing at this bad lawyer who said that there's nothing wrong in Judy Austin answering the name. You know that man called Emeka. Emeka will lead you into hellfire and abandon you there. So if you are not smart enough to leave him behind, he will push you to a point that he will leave you there. It's not by to speak English. Now the law court now go determine everything. It will work with proof. I will ask Judy Austin the kind of proof that she has. The fact that Judy Austin sued Rita Edochie 1 billion does not mean the court will automatically award it. Even if she established that Rita defamed her, she must establish that she suffered loss and damage because of the defamation. The courts have held that if an aggrieved party cannot prove loss, they cannot be awarded damages because damage is compensation for loss. The question then is, what loss has Judy Austin suffered in all these years? Did she lose a contract because of Rita Edochie said? Evidence is required, otherwise it's a baseless suit. Yes, so also Rita can argue that she doesn't know anyone by name Mrs. Judy Austin because the only legally recognized wife she knows is Queen May. On that basis, Judy Austin should explain how she became the legal wife when the statutory marriage between May and Yor has not been dissolved by the court. Judy will have to show evidence of the change of surname in line with the decision of the Supreme Court. A valid change of surname must be done by a deed poll. Does Judy Austin have a deed poll approved by the National Population Commission? Does she have a newspaper publication and affidavit that declares the change of surname and grounds for changing it? Date matters. If she cannot explain, she does not stand a chance against Mama Rita Edochie. She can actually be sued for impersonation and mispresentation because no other wife can be recognized except for May Edochie. Remember, he who comes to equity must come with a clean hand. I hope I've been able to address it. You don't address it. You have addressed it. You have finished it. So there's nothing else to talk about again. Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching and